Hello, everyone. This is Catherine Weathersby, and I am live and uncut. And tonight I want to welcome you to our weekly webinar where we discuss iPass 2. As you may be aware, tonight is the night that iPass 2 is going to be introduced to us formally by the creator, Mr. Chris Jones. So I'm very excited. Been waiting for iPass 2 since January of this year, and we have been patiently and sometimes impatiently anticipating the release of iPass 2. So, having said that, I want to invite you to the call tonight, the webinar, where we're going to see all the ins and outs of iPass 2. We're going to see the back office, the portal, the design, all the elements of iPass 2. iPass 2 is the first digital franchise ever in the history of network marketing, direct sales. So that is something that you definitely don't want to miss, and it will be immediately following this webinar, which I'm not going to hold you tonight because I want you to definitely be on time and get yourself a comfortable chair and be able to watch the webinar that Chris, Adam, and Mark are going to present to us tonight to show us the highly anticipated iPass 2. I'm real excited because in the past year, I have been a member of iPass 2, and in so being a member, I have been working toward the goal of, making money online. I have been online since 2009, and during that time, I have found that it is challenging to use network marketing as an income producing uh, vehicle. And what I mean by that is it's a whole new learning process. It's not anything that you learn overnight. It takes time to learn it. There are some obstacles that you have to overcome. There is a learning curve. And the reason that there is a learning curve is because these are new skills that we haven't been taught in any institution, school, or anywhere other than if you have a background in multi-level marketing or network marketing. This is something that is truly new to most people that come into this industry. So I joined in Chicago, and that was at least a year ago and a couple months. And in that time, I have been trying different traffic methods, exercising all kinds of things from newspaper advertising on. And what I have found is it is very challenging to get all the pieces together. So, you have a traffic piece, and then you have your products, and you have all these other things that it involves. Email marketing, having an autoresponder, Facebook, reaching out to people that are interested in what you have, workshops. I've done live events. So I've done a montage of things involving the Empower Network and the opportunity. What I like about iPass 2 is it will have everything under one roof. So what that means is you'll be able to purchase your traffic through the co-op. You'll be able to get a personal business coach, if you so desire, to help upsell your Empower products. And you will also be able to have a comprehensive system that will allow you to go from the beginning of the sales process until the end, and you don't have to go out and look for pieces. Everything is in one place because it is a business franchise. So that entails having education, having video education where people can understand why they're getting into this particular home-based business, It's going to break it down where they can get a clear understanding of why they are getting into the network marketing space. And that is my favorite thing. And then the system allows you to duplicate the success of others, as well as bring in your team and have them duplicate your success. So where, people were coming in and you didn't know exactly what pieces to tell them to do first based on their budget, because, your budget can be a hindrance, and you do have to test and tweak. So you're spending money, you're doing things that you don't necessarily have to do because you don't know what to do. So you don't know what order to do things in. You know you need traffic. You know you need customers. You know you need to advertise and market. Some people use, free marketing. Some people use paid marketing and advertising, and some people do a combination of the two. So it can be a difficult prospect to decide what to do first, how far your money is going to take you. But unlike what I was doing and others that I know were doing, this system will allow you now to utilize the traffic, the coaches, and then have the system that's going to tell you exactly where you need to put your energy. Currently, I'm reading a book, and it's called The 80-20 Rule, and it's sales and marketing, and it is by Perry Marshall, and I just got it in the mail today. And he talks about the 80-20 rule, what you should be focusing on versus what is productive, what is bringing you the most revenue for your time. You're working less and making more. And that's the whole objective. And that's what I like about iPass 2. It's going to allow you to work less, but yet be more productive and utilize your time wisely. Where if you're on your own, you're basically all over the place. You don't know what production you need to be doing at that time. You don't know where to put your most energy. With iPass 2, it's going to tell you exactly where to put your time and your effort, whether it's in video marketing, whether it's in other types of marketing as far as like blogging, article writing. Those are the type of things that iPass 2 will help you to focus. Focus is important in business. It's valuable because your time, you can't get your time back. Once you start doing something, and if you're not doing it in the right space, if you're not working on the right activity, the right income producing activities, then it's really a waste of your time. And believe me, time is something you can't get back. You can make more money, but you can't get more time. So you want to make sure that you're able to focus your energies on the exact thing that's going to bring you revenue. If it's not income producing, then it's a waste of your time. So iPass 2 is going to put you in a space and a place where you can determine exactly, scientifically, through the means that are there, what is bringing you revenue, what you need to be focusing on. So if video marketing is bringing you customers and conversions, then to utilize and focus your time on video marketing. If it's blogging that's getting you the most attention, then that's where the space you need to be in. But in so doing, you also need to explore other avenues of marketing and advertising. So iPass 2 is a platform which will springboard your business, and it will allow you to get started. But in doing so, you will need to also find or to test other marketing methods. Okay, so it's for people who are newbies or who haven't made money in the network marketing direct sales industry. And what it will allow you to do is to test and tweak as you're learning. So you're using the system to go along and to learn, exactly what to do. So as you are using the system, you're looking in the back office or the portal, which is iPass 2, which is the automated system, and it's telling you, well, Catherine, you need to use video marketing, or you need to write more articles, or you need to blog more, or you need to do other things that will help you to build your business. So you can't just put it in automatic pilot and expect success. Whatever information is providing to you as to what's working for you, that's where you need to focus your attention. So you want to be sure that you're not just sending traffic through the system and you're not branding. Branding is a huge aspect of network marketing because the person is literally, they're buying into you. You know, they're buying your brand because you are the leader. And you're going to be the one that's going to be showing and instructing them what to do. So you want to be sure that you are placing yourself in a position to be the leader and to be recognized. How do you stand out? You have to be different than everybody else. So your branding has to be unique to you. Whatever your personality type is, whatever your interests and hobbies are, whatever your lifestyle is, you want to bring people into that. You want to attract people who are attracted to you based on the things I just mentioned, lifestyle, your freedom, the things that you like to do. And, when you're with yourself, by yourself, or with your family, those are the things that are going to attract people to your business. And so you have to utilize images, which are, your pictures, video, writing, all these things contribute to your persona, okay? So it's very important to have a persona before you bring people into your business because you're going to be working with these people over the long haul. You're going to be working these people hopefully on a long-term basis. And in doing so, you want to place yourself in a position where your persona is dominant so that when people come into your business, they know what to expect. So they know, what your interests are. You have like-minded qualities. And then they can just come in and you can show them the way, through coaching, mentoring, hand-holding, whatever it takes to show them how to grow a successful business. Now, I had someone who recently got into the business. They got into it and they said, this is not for me. And I understand that, but you have to give yourself a chance. And what that means is a lot of times you have to find, you have to learn new skill sets. I mean, this is not the lottery. You're not buying a lottery ticket. You're buying into a business. And at the cost of iPass 2, what other business can you go into that's a franchise and get in that inexpensively? I've looked into franchises, which were brick and mortar businesses, and it's expensive. The last one I looked into was the cleaners in Chicagoland. And I asked a lot of questions, and I was invited to meetings to look into how to start this cleaning business. But they told me right off the bat that I had to have at least $500,000 in capital just to even come in and, really find out the nuances of what it would take to start it. The machinery was it was like updated. It was, really like cutting edge type machinery. I had never seen anything like it till I walked in one day and took some clothes in, and I really liked what I saw. I liked the presentation. I liked the way the people were working together. I liked the environment. I liked everything about it. But it was cost prohibitive because they said, this is what we've got to have, and it's do or die. So if you don't have this right now, maybe you should, think about doing this in the future. They also, said, well, maybe you could get some financing and you could talk to some, banks and different things about, this business you want to get into. Well, at that point in time, I wasn't willing to go that far. But It was because I didn't want to jump through all of these hoops that they have, placed in front of me. They said, you got to do this, you got to do that. This is the application, this and that. With iPass 2, you don't have to go through that. It's a very affordable business franchise to get into. It's a turnkey system. You get into it, you purchase your traffic. If you want to coach, you can get a certified business coach. If you want to coach your own team, you don't have to get a coach. So then your cost would be $39.95, okay, a month plus your traffic. Now, if you're all in like I am a Black Card member, so I am all in. And what that means is that I have certain privileges that a prestigious Black Card membership would afford me. So that means, like, when we have events, like we're going to be in Orlando, October the 24th through the 26th. And if you haven't joined yet, please go to the button below and join so you can get your ticket and join us in Orlando. And when we get there, Black Card members of iPass 2 will have access to events and, upscale type, different events that they're going to put on for us. And so this is one of the luxuries of being a Black Card member and being a member of iPass 2, is that you get access to events, and you might get different discounts. You might be able to get in different contests that everyone doesn't have access to. It's just like if you've ever heard of a Black Visa. It is a prestigious card, and its membership has its privileges. That's what American Express always says. American Express has a prestigious, card. They have a platinum card. So Black Card members get access, and that means that we are all in. And what all in means is that you have all the products of Empower Network, and you're paying the $39.95 a month, as well as you have the option to buy your own traffic from the co-op, or you can go with your own traffic sources. So as you learn traffic, okay, then you can scale up and you can even produce more, okay? So you can buy the co-op traffic in addition to finding other traffic sources that you don't currently use that will help you to grow your business. So, you test and then you scale up. You test and you scale up. It's that easy. And so that's something that you definitely want to do. You want to learn the business while you're producing in the business. So while the iPass 2 system is helping you to sell products, to market your business, in addition to that, you want to learn how to do that on your own. So put those two things together and you will be in the Millionaires Club, because income disclaimer or disclosure, I can't guarantee, you any amount of money. But I will tell you that if you learn how to use traffic along with the funnels that we are going to be provided, it is said that in the next 12 months, Empower Network wants to produce 100 millionaires. There are currently 13. So that means somebody has had success before the iPass 2 system became available or becomes available. So in doing that, it will allow you to, up to scale your business, to learn the business of network marketing, and to learn online marketing. And so that's something that you definitely want to learn, because then you can get in that Millionaires Club. Once again, income disclosure. So it just depends on your effort, your tenacity, and your skill level. And you can get there. If the 13 got there, many more will be coming along. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't joined, hit the green button at the bottom of the page and come in and join the team. We have events. We just left Charlotte I'd say about a month or so ago, and it was very fun. It was information packed, educational, and we heard speakers. It was inspirational because a lot of times, you hear about people's success, but you don't know their struggles, what they went through to get where they got. We always look at other people and say, oh, wow, overnight success. Oh, wow, look at them. I wish I could be like that. But you don't know the struggles that they went through and the learning curve they went through before they finally figured out what was going on. And they didn't have iPads too. That's the difference. You do. So if you're coming in, like I said, even if you're experienced, if you're making a small amount of money, then you need to look at this system because I think it's going to move you through the process a lot quicker. Duplication is readily, accessible for your team, and you're going to be learning how to market properly. A lot of people are in the business, but they don't understand how to use the business and how to be in income producing activities. So they're wasting time doing this, doing that, doing this. I know, like, usually, you go on YouTube and you see people and they make all these suggestions, or, you get into a space with other network marketers and it's all these ideas that's being thrown up against the wall and you don't know what to do. You get confused, you're overwhelmed, and you just give up and quit. A lot of people just quit. And the reason that they quit is because they don't understand, and it's overwhelming, it's new information, it's new skills, and they just can't take it. They can't deal with learning something new. And that is the sad part, is that so many people who could be successful, they quit before they ever see any money or success. And it's really disheartening, because I know people who've come into the business and they don't even give themselves a chance. They quit within a month, 2 weeks, a week. Why? Because first of all, they come in maybe thinking that this is going to be easy, and it's anything but easy. But with iPads 2, like I said, it reduces greatly the learning curve, whereas you can come in and you can do what you have to do, to make income. So it's going to help you to get income as you go so that you can market. Because remember, you have to advertise. The worst thing in the world to be is the best kept secret. In business, that will destroy any business model that's out there. If you don't have traffic, if you don't have customers, you cannot maintain a business. And the worst thing in the world to do is to be a best kept secret. I don't wish that on anyone. You want to be recognized. You want to be found easily, through the search engine. You want to be there. You want to be found. And so if you're not found, then that means you have to advertise. And if you look at Google, like if you look at the top half of Google, when you go onto any search engine, whether it's Bing, Yahoo, or Google, you will see that the top half of the page is paid advertising. Now, why is that? Why is it that people pay to advertise versus just organically being found? It's because they need customers today, not whenever somebody just happens to Google some information. They want customers today. They are in business to make money today. And so in order to ensure that, they go ahead and they take out an ad because they need consistent customer traffic. They need volume. It's fine to sell, a pair of shoes today and a pair of shoes maybe this afternoon, but it's not okay to sell a pair of shoes once a week if you're in a shoe business. You want to sell in volume. You want to sell multiple pairs of shoes every day. So you would have to place yourself in a position to advertise. Now, where to advertise, that's where the expertise comes in. I've known people who have spent money, and I mean a lot of money, on AdWords, Google Ads, They've spent a lot of money on yellow page advertising, which we know, people don't really use the yellow pages anymore. They use the search engine. They use their mobile device. They use their iPad. So they're not looking in the yellow pages, leafing through a big, a big, thick phone book. They're looking in other places for solutions to their problems. And if they don't find you, you are the best kept secret, whether it's local in your local community or whether it's, national or globally. And that is a problem. So paid advertising is the quick way to get business. And that's what iPass2 is utilizing. Now, if you want to do organic, free traffic, if you don't have, a need to, have multiple customers, then maybe organic is the way. But I would not recommend it, not with a system like this, because everything is set. Now, if you want to do it through video marketing, that SEOs very well. So video marketing is a way you can use keywords and you can SEO and be found. But guess what? A lot of people are using video marketing. So it has to be a combination. It has to be a combination of targeted, proprietary traffic, in addition to organic, video marketing, blogging, all those things. They have to come together. And so it helps you to build and grow your business. Okay? Free, it's only going to get you so far. And if you're a Black Card member or a Gold Card member, which are there's a Silver, that's for coming in, with the Fast Start package or the Pro package. So you come in at the basic level, and then you can go Gold or Black. Now, with the basic level, you're basically going to be using either paid advertising, organic, or a combination of the two. The only thing is with the basic level, which is Silver, you cannot purchase traffic through the co-op. So with iPass2, you have to be at the Gold or the Black Card member level to purchase traffic. If you're not at those levels, then you will have to find outside traffic sources, excuse me, and you will have to find, you have to use like solo ads, and if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. If you join, any of us will be glad to assist you with organic or, other paid traffic sources. We're all aware of what those are. And so if you come in at the Silver level, then you won't be using or be able to access the co-op traffic, which is the paid advertising. Now, if you can do it, I recommend that you come in as a Black Card member. If you can't afford that, then come in where you can afford. So if you can afford to come in as a basic Silver Card member, come in at Silver. And if you can afford Gold, come in at Gold. At least try to get in at Gold so you can get access to the proprietary traffic. And I'm not going to go into that right now because that's probably going to be covered tonight in the webinar that is immediately going to follow this webinar. So Chris is going to explain to you all the elements of iPass2. You can click the button below and join. And when you join, you will have access to all the information, the portal, the pricing, the traffic at Gold or Black Card member. Hi, Jay. However, if you come in at the Silver level, then what it's going to require is that you find your own traffic, or that you get some assistance from your sponsor, whoever your sponsor is. So if it's me, if it's Jay or Roy, then you will have access to us, and we can direct you as to where to go. Okay? So the more important thing is to join. The important thing is to get started. This is a brand new launch. Okay? This is something that I've never seen before, and none of us have. And that's why we were so patient in waiting for this to get going, because we want access. The thing that I definitely don't like is to be last in line. Okay, I don't like to be last in line for anything at the grocery store, at the mall. I mean, you don't want to be the last one. I don't like it when it's, I came to buy a certain product and then it's only one or two left. That is the worst feeling in the world, because then you don't feel like, wow, what if I miss out? What if I don't get it? What if I was, if you were looking for something and it went on sale, or there was a great deal or discount, you want to be first in line to get that thing. You don't want to miss out. Well, same thing with iPads too. Get in now. It's exciting. Get in now. Get access now. Why wait? Start now. Why? Because now you're going to build your business. You're going to be learning. You're going to be growing. And you're going to be one of the charter members of iPads too. I mean, that's what you want to do. And then Empower Network is going to be celebrating its 3rd anniversary, its birthday. So all these things are going to take place in Orlando at the event. And it's going to be, it's going to be so much fun. Plus, if you want to, after the event is over, you can vacation with your family and go to, the theme parks. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better location, okay, at that time of year, October, like I said, the 24th through the 26th. And you get access to, the events as a Black Card member when you go all in. So when you get all the products, you get access, you can go to the different venues, and you can enjoy yourself with the rest of the iPads 2 members. So once again, the button is below. And, come on and get in with us. Be on the Hangout tonight after this. I sent out emails to my subscribers, and I'm sure everybody on this, team did, and to let you know how you can access the event that's going to occur tonight. So, Jay, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm real good. I'm really excited about what's going on, and I'm looking forward to the hangout with Chris Jones, Adam, and Mark Dale tonight. What about you?
Definitely. It's definitely finally here, right? I mean, we've been talking about it, and people have been asking questions, and it's like finally, it's like you can taste it almost.
Exactly. Last night, I woke up and my mini iPad was on my nightstand, and I opened it up, and who's on there but Chris Jones? He's saying, I can't sleep, and this and that, and I had to give him a thumb and turn back over and go to sleep. But, I mean, you can't hardly sleep. It's like so much excitement. It's like, how can I go to sleep with that? And so what happened was I ended up getting up early because I'm so looking forward to everything that's going on till, you just can't rest.
Yeah, and then I don't know, what link do you have down below? Is it for people to create their free account?
No, it's the link to the Fight the Forces of Evil so that they can join. It's gotcha. the Fast Start Kit.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely, I mean, it's like I said, I feel like it's been a long time coming, but it's definitely something that's going to be worth the wait. And tonight, in a little bit less than a half hour or so, you're going to get to see the walkthrough if you're on that webinar. So it'll be something, because I mean, even anyone, none of us have seen it, so it's like we don't know. We've seen the little bits and pieces, but stuff has changed since then. So to actually get down to be able to see like an actual walkthrough and see what it's all going to be like with all the pieces in place and working together, it's going to be amazing. I mean, it's definitely going to be the first online franchise type system that exists. So I'm excited about it. I mean, I've got my domains that I've been sitting on for months that I'm ready to start putting out there now that are like perfect. Yeah. I'm just ready.
Exactly. So what do you think is going to be the most, what do you think that you are going to focus on based on everything that you know so far? In terms of your marketing, what do you think you're going to focus on? Are you going to focus on video marketing? Are you going to increase what you're doing now? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, no, you always have to scale up. I mean, and I think until it was like, because I think some of us, when it was starting to take a little bit longer, then maybe we're like, okay, well, what are we going to do with these leads? Because then we got to keep coming up with stuff to put out to them. So maybe we started just kind of just trying to get them into our business and not so much pushing them getting into their free system. But now, when you're going to have the pieces in place that are ready just to go, you can just start. I'm sorry, I got something popping up on my screen here from something else that was distracting me. Now you've got the pieces in place. So yeah, I mean, if there's ever been a time to scale up, it's now. And video has just been the thing lately that has just been converting for me. And I haven't even done a whole lot of video. And I've had videos that I did a month ago that are still, and a couple months ago even, that are still generating leads and have generated some business for me. And that's it. I mean, that, and then I've been doing a lot of stuff with images. I know you're doing a lot with banners and different things like that. And I was having this discussion last night. I was up talking to some people at the college, and when I went back for marketing and in old school, and even when stuff started online, it was always blog, put articles out there and stuff like that. Well, before we had all these different things to distract us, people would sit there and read for 10 minutes. Now people want to jump from the next thing to the next thing in like 2 or 3 minutes. So you've got to catch their attention. So you've got to do it either with some kind of an image that's going to catch their attention, or a video that's going to catch their attention, or an ad or infographics. I mean, it's going more visual based as opposed to textual based. So it's like you always got to be thinking of what can you do to get people to stop in their tracks and look at you and see what you're doing. And that's my big thing right now, is getting stuff more visually based, because it's got to be like, even when someone's scrolling on Facebook. I mean, you're scrolling, and then all of a sudden something pops out at you, and that's like, okay, it's like, now that's an ad, they caught my attention. And that's what it's got to be like. It's got to be something that stops you in your tracks. I mean, I'm not a big fan of using this reference, but when you're driving on the expressway and there's an accident, everyone like looks at it. You want to create that kind of attention to your marketing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And when you say images, I've noticed that you have been using a lot of like images recently. And can you tell me a little bit about how that's impacting your follows and your friends as far as Facebook?
It's been I started using it because I had actually had the training since the beginning of the year, but I didn't really do anything with it. About people that were having a lot of luck with Instagram. So that's kind of how it got started. So a lot of stuff that you'll see on Facebook is actually coming from Instagram. It's just when you post it on there, you can share it to multiple sites. So you can share it to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Flickr all at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can do it once and have it go out to like 5 or 6 different places. The thing that is amazing about it is that you can use it and you can put hashtags in there and get a highly targeted audience. And I've gotten, every time I go on my Facebook now, or if I go on my Instagram, I've always got a ton of messages on there, or followers, or people like sending requests or liking pictures, and same thing on Instagram. And the thing that was amazing to me is that how big and how fast it grows without even selling something. Mm-hmm. It's like the people come to you, they get drawn to you, kind of like attraction or law of attraction or attraction type marketing, without pitching, just putting out. And I've been putting out mainly just kind of like personal development and quotes and different things like that, just sayings. And then people like are messaging like, what is it exactly that you do, and things like that. And then you can start having that conversation that you've talked about, so many times. It's just creating that conversation. Mm-hmm. And it was just a big. I'd say it's probably been about a month or 5 or 4, a month or 5, just maybe even 6 weeks, that I kind of made that shift, because I started doing that and started doing more video, which I know that I should have been doing a long time ago. And then I had a bunch of videos up and the channel got shut down, so like that kind of made me mad, so I kind of got away from it for a little while. So it's just like we talk about all the time, having all these tools and knowing what you need to do, but it's a matter of taking action and putting them out there. But the thing that was, like I said, the most amazing to me with that was that it was when I stopped putting out so many pitches and different and showing commissions and stuff like that, when I stopped kind of making that the bulk of my marketing, it seems like things just kind of switched and it just went to a new level that it hadn't been at. So that's the thing that was, like I said, it was just like a breakthrough for me.
Exactly. Well, I've been using Instagram as well, and it is interesting the response you get. I put a picture of someone on my Instagram who quit, and I got Lawrence Tam came on my page, Lisa Torres, Jonathan Roman, I think that's his last name. All these people started showing up. This has been in the last 2 days. And I'm like, wow, I got like 87 likes on one and like 28 or 29 comments. Mm-hmm. And then on the other one, I've gotten a lot. So you're right. Instagram is definitely visual, and a lot of people are there. A lot of people in our industry are there. And so, if you're going to be doing organic or if you're going to be doing a combination, Instagram is definitely the way to go. I mean, you can't get around it, And I've never used Vine. Have you used Vine?
Not for any of this yet, but I have it on my phone, but I've only done stuff on here messing around before.
Yeah, I haven't either. And so Instagram is definitely very popular, plus it's a Facebook entity. So I'm reading now where Instagram is going to be having ads. And so I don't know, how they're going to coincide with Facebook ads, but I'm interested to see, how expensive they are, because Facebook ads now, they said are like 100 and something or 200% more than they were just a year ago. So, I mean, It's all changing as they start getting more advertising revenue. They're boosting their prices, and so, they're getting a lot more people obviously using their advertising. So I know Twitter also has advertising. Have you started using something called Twitter cards?
No, you told me about it, and I have it bookmarked to go into it, but I just didn't get to it.
Okay. Twitter cards are very popular, and they definitely help you with reach, getting retweets, and getting favorites. I've been testing it out for about a month, and I really, really like it because it does bring more attention, like you was talking about standing out. It brings more attention to your tweets versus just tweeting the regular way. And you can do it. You have summary cards, image cards, video. You have different types of Twitter cards. So if you're looking to do organic advertising, Twitter cards is one way to go. And maybe, soon I'll do some training on Twitter cards. But it's something that you can use through your, if you have WordPress, you can use it through your WordPress, through Yoast. And you can put a plug-in in and use it, and it really, it garners attention. Also, if you are doing if you're blogging, you should be using images in your blog. We have the blog, which is like the basic, tool for us. And so you want to use images and video as he's saying in your blogs, because it's going to get you noticed, especially when you incorporate it into Facebook and Twitter and other platforms that you're using online. Stumble upon the bookmarking, all the bookmarking platforms you should be using to get your word out. So when you come into iPass 2, there are other elements, and as team leaders, Jay and I and Roy will be willing to show you some organic methods to use. And one week, Jay did some training on solo ads and how to use how to use other type of advertising. Jay, you want to tell them where to find that video?
It's they changed the way that they did that company, the Safe Swaps. They now are called something else. It's like put me on the spot here. I don't remember the name of it. They've changed their name.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Someone was doing some training on that recently. Something about Safe Swaps. it's so much information out about the advertising, and that's why I'm telling people iPass 2, because then you're gonna have everything in one place. If you do other advertising, you can contact Jay, myself, or Roy, and we can tell you, different methods that we use that help us to generate leads for our business.
Yeah, the Safe Swaps, it still is the same company. They just made a different website for the solo ad side of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like udmi.com is where you can go if you want to do solo ads and just look at the different ratings and stuff. But yeah, like you said here, it's going to be, you're going to have the option to, if you're up to the gold level at least, to get that paid traffic and then do let that work for you while you're going through the products and learn how to do that. But to touch on what you were talking about, like with the different social media and things like that, that's the thing that's so great about here, and with the iPass system, and then also with the Empower Network products, is that it's always evolving, always being updated to go along with what is currently happening in the marketplace. Because a lot of times there's companies out there and they'll put a product out, and then that product sits there forever and it never gets updated. I think the 15K has gone through already twice, and there's talks about going through it, a third time, and then some of the other stuff that they've been doing recently, that's all touching on stuff that's going on in the marketplace now. So that's it. You're in the right place with a company that's evolving, that's staying on top of the trends. So you're not having to sit here and figure it out for yourself. You've got people like Catherine and Roy and myself who will help, point you in the right direction, but we've also got team sites and different things like that where it's just tons and tons of resources that, I was in a position before when I first came into this whole industry where, I was like, oh man, I didn't hear from my sponsor, and then I finally found out that she quit, so I got a hold of her sponsor, and then it turned out that she quit, and then I tried to go up to someone, and then finally I was like, you know what, screw it, I can't sit here and try and search down these people, because meanwhile they're not going to do nothing for me probably anyway, so it had to be me. So I had to learn a lot of the ups and downs and go through a lot of trial and tribulations on myself, and spent a lot of money. Last summer, and I think I talked about one of our hangouts before, last summer I spent $4,000 on something that didn't work, and so we've all went through that stuff, so people who are coming in now don't have to go through that. That we've put all the safety nets out there, and with this here, everything has been tested multiple times. They've got, even if you're talking about like the first, like the $7 offer, they've got 2 or 3 different versions of it, or maybe even more than that. So if one's not converting, they already got something to switch it to. They got something to go on rotators, so it's not something that, all of a sudden 1,000 or 30,000 people are seeing the exact same thing, and it's getting oversaturated. It's going to be stuff they're going to be able to switch out, and it's going to be highly converting because it's not going to be everyone showing the same thing. So exactly. I'm excited.
I am too. I think that iPass 2 is the answer to any inexperienced marketer, new marketer, or someone that's seasoned, or someone who's been in the industry and not making a lot of money. And once again, income disclosure. But if you are in a network marketing company and you are making little commissions or next to nothing, this is definitely something that you want to look into, because as we all know, if you don't market, you don't sell. And so if you don't have revenue to market your business through paid advertising, 9 times out of 10, you're not selling in volume. And if you're not selling in volume, then you're not making enough money to even, have a lifestyle, make a lifestyle for yourself. So you're probably going to have to work a job. And so this is something that you definitely want to do. You want to sell in volume, so you want to use paid advertising. If you come in at gold or black into the iPass 2, you want to use paid advertising. So, you want to sell consistently so that you can have an income and produce an income and grow your income where you can quit your job at some point. And we will never tell you to quit your job. But what we are suggesting is that you place yourself in a position monetarily to sell in volume, so that you can make money on the back end, and then that you'll have sufficient income to do in, vacation, to do what you want to do, with your time and with your family. So if you have a family and you want to go on vacation, or you want to, be at home because you have young children, then you would have the opportunity to do that if you are, making a substantial amount of money. And that is through paid advertising, a combination of organic advertising, and, scale up from there. And JR earlier explained to them about what scaling up is and what that means, and why it's important to, get into this opportunity, which is iPass 2, the first digital franchise now, by going to the green button below and joining, because after this call, we're going to get on a call with the creator of iPass 2, who is Chris Jones, Adam Whiting, I believe, and Mark Dale is one of the managers of the coaches. And are we going to meet the coaches tonight, or have you heard?
I don't know I'm sure there may be someone. I'm pretty sure that Anthony will be on there. Okay. And Anthony is amazing. I mean, he's the one that's been running the coaches for a while now.
Okay.
And,
Anthony Williams.
Yeah, Anthony Williams, yeah, he's amazing to watch and just listen to. I mean, that guy's just, he's so inspirational. But yeah, no, that's the thing. I mean, scaling up is something that you always got to do. You've always got to reinvest, money back into your business, even when you do have something that's automated, because you always want to keep something coming into that funnel, not necessarily the hypothetical funnel where you got sales on this end and leads coming on this end. You always want to have stuff coming in on this end. If you expect to have stuff coming on this end, you can't just have it come through once and then just sit back and nothing happens. You've always got to put some money back into your business. That's not like rocket science. I mean, no matter if you've got a barber shop on the corner, or you've got to buy supplies and buy new clippers or whatever stuff that you got to buy. I mean, so you've always got to reinvest in your business and in yourself. But it's a big difference, like you said, about leveraging the higher end commissions and as opposed to lower commission. I mean, I've got something else that has been just sitting there for like a year now, that it has like 300 people under me. That was like one of those things where people just get put under you. And I get like $100 a month from it, $130 a month from it or whatever. And it's got like I said, I got a few hundred people under me. So I mean, that's like pennies a person. I mean, here you're in a situation where we're talking about getting commissions of anywhere from like $125 to almost $5,000 commissions, and it's just, it's just life changing when you look at the statistics, and people say that most people, to avoid like personal bankruptcy or bankruptcy, couples, it only takes an extra like $500 a month. And if they had that extra $500 a month, which is only $6,000 a year, they would have been able to pay some bills off or stay out of the situation that they were in that let them go into foreclosure or whatever to go into bankruptcy. And we're talking about being able to get that year's amount in like 1.5 sales if you've got someone that buys everything. So it's just
right.
That higher commissions is just, I mean, that's where the game changers. I mean, there's a million programs out there where you can make just little, terrible commissions and stuff, sell little $3 and $7 products and then make just pennies. But when you're talking about making, we've talked about before about like tripwires and different levels of products and things like that, and just being able to have, have say all built into one system, have your little low end front end offer low price, but then have something bigger ticket on the end, end of it, which on the scale of things in this industry, $5,000 isn't really even considered high ticket. There's programs where, it's $20,000, to get in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, some of those top tier programs. So, I mean, considered $5,000 is still relatively small on that, but I mean, $5,000 changes a lot of things. You start popping out a few of those a month, and then you've got your people under you who are utilizing the same system that you're using, that they're getting their coaches, and the coaches are doing the hand holding for them, and they're converting those people to get those higher end sales too. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you were able to set it up, have it running, almost like I said before, having an employee or coach kind of working, doing the hand holding and stuff like that for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
exactly
when you start just messing around with numbers and start trying to think of what's possible, it's it's incredible. I mean, obviously, like we said, income disclosure, nothing is ever guaranteed, and you are going to have to work the business. It's not something where it's going to be completely automated, but if you've got a lot of money, you can get as close to as close to automation as possible if you want to.
Exactly. And having said that, when you talk about the iPass 2, it is set up with an e-wallet, and so that is having a merchant account. So if you're in business, a merchant account is a part of your business where you can accept Visa, MasterCard, all your major credit cards, and so there are e-wallets for both Empower and iPass 2, and it's not complicated at all. And when you come on that call tonight, you're going to find out more about it. Now, what I'm going to do after we get off this call is I'm going to, for those of you who didn't get an email explaining to you how to get on the call, I'm going to load that webinar onto the page that you're on now, so that if you didn't get an email or if you misplaced it or whatever, you'll be able to see it on this page. So when we get done, I'm going to swap out the information so you can come back in very few minutes. Let's see what time it is. Oh, in 5 minutes. So, Jay, let's wrap up. And I'm going to add the link here so that they can see it. So I appreciate you guys who are viewing this evening, and tell your friends, call your friends right now, tell them to come to this page and they can view the Hangout with Chris Jones tonight and iPass 2, which is the launch plan, and they can find out more about how to get going. And then all you have to do is hit the button below and you can get started tonight. So you have anything else you want to add, Jay?
I mean, that pretty much covers it. Just, I mean, if you've been sitting on the fence, I mean, this is your time to take action. I mean, it's here. For the last few months, we've been talking about it's coming, and we're getting closer. I mean, tonight, in 4 minutes, is the launch plan webinar. Everything is approved. There's no more accreditation process. This thing will be up and going. So, you just click on the button below and just get started. I mean, that's really it. There's not much else to think about.
Not at all. So good night, everybody. Like I said, I'm going to load the video. It'll be up by the time the webinar starts. So you have a good evening, and we look forward to seeing you on this side of iPass 2 very soon. Good night.
Night.